Hi, this is Caspar from Gearbox. I'm going to talk about my top 5 knobs. This one feels fantastic and it sounds great. This is from a 1959 Decca made EQ. It's one of a kind equalizer, bass, middle and treble, but my favourite knob on this is the main gain knob. It's very large and very satisfying to use. My second favourite knob on this machine is the low frequency cutoff. We got one on the left and one on the right, and it gives us cutoff frequencies from 40 Hertz, 60 Hertz, 80 Hertz and 100 Hertz. And it adds a wonderful quality because it boosts just above the cutoff point and it gives a wonderful warm tone to the sound even though you're rolling off the bass. So yeah, it's very fun and it is an incredibly solid knob to use. It really clicks into place very satisfyingly. So yeah. 2 of my favourite knobs out of the 5 are on this Decca equalizer. Knob number 3 from my top 5 knobs in the Gearbox Studio is this one over here. This is the variable fast forward and rewind speed knob on a Philips EL3501 tape machine. Again, incredibly solid and satisfying to use, and it's very, very handy being able to shuttle in fast forward and in rewind and vary sort of infinitely between full speed forwards and full speed backwards, kind of on the fly. So yeah, very nice to use, very handy indeed. This is our VU attenuator knob on the tower, kind of control tower for the cutting lathe, and it attenuates the level that the VU meter is showing in relation to the actual level that's being cut onto the disc. Lowest level we can set it at is +4, so I kind of have to calculate, add 4 decibels in my head on top of what's showing on the VU meters, and you can go anything up to +24 dB attenuation. You know, I don't know why anyone would want to use this. I don't use it myself, but in any case, it's an incredibly satisfying knob to use in the studio. Very well made, but entirely pointless in my opinion. So now we come along to a knob which I affectionately call the big knob, which is on our Scully lathe. This allows me to adjust the pitch on the fly. So what pitch is how fast the carriage moves and how fast the grooves move from the outside of the record to the inside of the record, and therefore how much space there is in between each groove on the disc. Say if there's a loud piece of music coming up, I need to allow more space, and when there's a quiet passage I can close the grooves up a little bit tighter to buy myself some more time on the side. So this knob helps me do that while the record is being cut. What I like about it is it's large, it's easy to grip, and it's also incredibly sensitive, so really small movements make quite a large adjustment on here. So being larger, I can make much finer adjustments and be much more accurate with the setting that I'm choosing. So yeah, this is the big knob on the lathe. This knob is very important when it comes to cutting records, and it's the elliptical filter. And the elliptical filter monos frequencies below the point at which you set it, which is super handy for when you're cutting records that have a sort of wide stereo field or incredibly bassy. It avoids records skipping and jumping. So yeah, it's quite a handy tool in the cutting studio, and it's the only modern knob that's featured on this video series. Equally as well made as any of the others, and also quite satisfying to use, clicky, solid, and it's a very, very helpful tool that I employ regularly. So yeah, the elliptical filter knob. Bonus knob here is actually not really a knob, but I like to play with it anyway. It's the H37, Studer H37 1/4" tape machine roller bearing, and it's so well made, and you spin it and it goes for like 10 minutes without stopping, so highly satisfying.